Oh my gosh, season two. Season two, I can't imagine how much more drama that we can get, especially after the cliffhanger from season one. But where do we find Queen Rhaenyra?
Yeah, I mean, we pick up about 2 weeks later. Rhaenyra, as people, spoiler for those who, if you've seen season one, you will know that Rhaenyra, we've just seen her receive news of the murder of her son, Lucerys. When we meet her 2 weeks later, I think she is stricken with grief. I think she's almost paralyzed with it, unable to act clearly. I mean, just sort of grappling, I suppose, with this truly devastating loss. I think a beautiful thing that Sarah and Ryan and the team have built this season is like allowing grief to be such a motor, an engine in the narrative, and the sort of political designs that we go on to watch are deeply personal, because we're talking about a royal ruling family, which for me is when both House of the Dragon and Thrones is kind of at its best, when the political and the personal are totally enmeshed.
On the other side of the war is her childhood best friend, Alicent, and so I'm sure that she's grappling with that as well. Like, are you going to declare war? And then I feel like she was always trying to repair that relationship and make the effort. When you read the script, I mean, what was that like, to try to channel those emotions?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's a hell of an arc, right? And it's long. You're looking at 8 hours of material, and I think a load of the work actually shooting this series was just trying to find a way to be super specific about where you are in space and time, because we cross-shoot the whole series, and so trying to, so much changes every episode. It's sort of why I think it's so exciting. But making sure that you are holding that context really specifically at all times was probably for me the key challenge of this piece of work.
Are we going to see any big time jumps again?
I think I'm allowed to say no. I don't think we are. No, you won't see any time jumps.
No worries. Okay, what else are you allowed to say? Because we've been waiting almost a year since the last season. Anything that you could tease us with that won't get you in trouble?
What can I tease you with? As ever, Rhaenyra is sort of surrounded by people who are kind of endlessly critical of her choices, of her sort of war strategy, of her potential ability as a ruler. And I think she spends series 2 looking kind of left of field for other types of solutions. Yeah.
And lastly, when you were taking on the role of Rhaenyra, was it a little daunting to realize that, you're picking up from the Game of Thrones series that was so beloved, and that you were going to be a focal character?
Yeah, for sure. Don't get me wrong. I think, if we're really honest, we're very aware that a prequel to a radically successful TV series shouldn't work. You need an incredibly good reason to return to a site that's so beloved. And I think probably, in some way, the success of the show maybe took us, the actors, by surprise, because we were sort of maybe primed for, I don't know, you don't know, you're in really personal territory. People cherish this world and these characters, and so it's been nice coming back this series and feeling like we had a little bit more license in the space. It's like I got my Westerosi passport finally.
I will say, anytime I hear Hightower or Targaryen, it is nice to just revisit these characters.
It is. I feel the same. That's how I feel actually reading the script sometimes. It's this beautiful nostalgic feeling, because I'm a Game of Thrones fan. So yeah.
And now I'm a House of the Dragon fan. So thank you so much.
Touché. Thank you.